Now that's Box Talk.
Alright, dude, it's me, Z, and welcome to another episode of Box Talkin with Z, the series where I read your comments and get a discussion going based off of a topic from a previous video. Today's episode is from the video I did about why I will not be buying or playing The Last of Us Part 2. And if you'd like to watch that episode, dude, I'll link it above and below. But basically, dude, I decided not to buy or play The Last of Us Part 2 because, from what I read from the leaks, I did not agree with the direction they took the cast of characters from the previous game, which are, in short, spoiler warning, the brutal murder of Joel. The fact that they made Joel out to be an idiot who got captured when he would have never gotten captured like that based off of his actions in the first game. The whole premise of Ellie going out and getting revenge on Joel's killer and making the player play as the person that kills Joel. Now, that being said, I asked you to leave your opinion in the comments for a chance to have it featured here, and with all of that out of the way, let's get to the top rated comment. Creeper said, "I've never really seen this game, nor have I played it, so I don't know what you're talking about. By the way, I'm here from Supergiant Mario 64. And first off, thanks for the comment, and thank you for making the transition from Supergiant Mario 64 to here. And judging off the somewhat lack of comments and views from that video, it makes sense to me that not a lot of you know or care about this game and the controversy surrounding it, which is fine, but that doesn't mean that there weren't a few people that voiced their opinions and made some good points. This brings me to the comments that disagreed with my opinion of the game. And it looks like there was only one person who had a positive review of this game, but we're gonna go ahead and talk about it. Ness Aran said, "I finished it, 30 hours total. I actually loved it. That being said, I played it without knowing any spoilers, and I had no attachment to any of the characters, either from the first game or this one. I went into it with a total open mind, and it's pretty fantastic. Most impressive is the voice acting and the set pieces / environments. I've never seen so many different assets in a game ever before. Also, the best part of the game is something no one is talking about. The sheer depth and level of customization to the controls, HUD, difficulty, etc. are absolutely insane. Is the game perfect? No, far from it. The dual narrative worked for me because, again, I was not attached to any of the characters. My biggest issue is the game should have ended 3 hours earlier than it did. Those last 3 hours felt very forced and didn't line up with the character arc we just followed. They took a huge risk with the story several times, and sometimes it pays off, but sometimes it just made me say, why the hell did they do that? Overall, though, it's a great game, flawed, but great." And when asked more about what they didn't like about the game, they said they had a chance to tie everything up nicely. Ellie was living on a farm with Dina and the baby, and then she just decides to risk everything and go look for Abby again. I was literally like, no, I don't want to do it. Just roll the credits, let me get my trophy, and I want to stop playing. I'm done, lol. Most people think the game is about revenge, because that's what you spend the first half of the game doing, but it's actually about forgiveness. I think that's the message they were trying to send. That's just the way I internalized the story. One thing is for sure, the story brings out some strong emotions, and like it or not, playing it is like a good book that you can't put down. You have to see how it plays out no matter what. I found it very hard to walk away from. So while Nessaran seemed to mostly like the game, I feel like their lack of connection to the characters from the first game does help them ignore some of the criticisms I've seen from people about the choices the devs made. Ness later made a comment about Joel that confirmed my theory, saying, "Unpopular opinion, but hear me out. Turns out Joel isn't a great person if you play the game. I understand why so many people are pissed about this, but the reality is this, spoiler. He murders a little girl's dad who is the only person that can change the course of history and save millions of lives. Then lies to Ellie about it. Joel's kind of a selfish dick, just saying." And a good point, but my contention with it is that I think where people can forgive Joel is that he did it for reasons we understand. I'm not saying, nor do I think many people are saying, that Joel is perfect, but the thing we love about him is how relatable and human he is. This brings me to the comments that agreed with my opinion on the game. Supergiant Mario 64 says, "Me personally, no. Joel was my guy, and they did him dirty." I agree. The Disturbed one says, "In seriousness, I'm not getting The Last of Us Part 2. I've been following it for years, and I've already seen all the spoilers. What a way to ruin a franchise." I agree. Joe, the JCO says, "I will not be getting The Last of Us. I was a fan of the first game, loved the story and characters, but I cannot stand by and support when they kill Joel off so casually and make us play as the villain. It's not artsy, it's wrong." What's interesting about these comments is that the entire problem with the game is that people don't like how they treated Joel, and they don't like that he was brutally murdered, they don't like that you play as the villain, and they feel it ruined the franchise. And I agree with all of those things. That brings me to this comment from Darth Akers, who said, "Go woke, go broke, that's what I say." And I think it would be unfair not to address the controversy of the game going woke, at least briefly. And just to state it as plainly as possible, yes, I agree that the game went woke, and not to dive too deep, I feel that that is a big reason why people are upset. They feel like the political agenda got in the way and poisoned an amazing story and world just for the sake of virtue signaling and being inclusive. We want good characters, good story, and not politics in our games. So this brings me to an indifferent comment from Whitney's Way, which says, it looks good, but I only have a Switch. And fair. I think that most people that watch my videos are in the same boat, but thanks for the comment anyway. Finally, this brings me to the last comment from the Disturbed one again, and it says, what did you not like about Star Wars Last Jedi? And I said, do not get me started on Star Wars The Last Jedi. But if you insist on torturing me by making me talk about it, leave a comment below demanding a video about it, and I might do it. I might not. No promises. Screw Star Wars The Last Jedi. So that's it, dude. This concludes this edition of Box Talkin with Z. Now, I'd really love to hear your thoughts about the comments shared. Do you like them? Leave a like. Do you hate them? Tell me why not in the comments. Do you want to torture me by making me talk about The Last Jedi? Then leave a stupid comment below. And if you enjoyed this style of video, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any more of them. All right, dude, talk to you later.